I'm so touched and honored to do this, and I received this award on the behalf of many, many volunteers from our two communities. This particular initiative started in 2017 when a group of us came together to support the Syrian Rescue Network. And we wanted to advocate and make a safe place for Syrian refugees, and we were able to host a family ourselves. And we do this work as Christians to speak to the distinctiveness about why we do what we do, because frankly, Jesus was a refugee. And I can get closer to Jesus by being closer to a refugee. And we ran into some resistance. And we did what we always do in the Interfaith community. We came together. And we had opportunities for discussion. And we disarmed people with goodwill. We hosted all of the refugee agencies at the church. And we also hosted all of the political leaders in Oakland, including at that time Brooks Patterson came. And we also hosted the Oakland Sheriff's Department. And we also hosted the Michigan State Police Department. They all came to a meeting, and it really did make a difference. And Rosanna and Dima and others were my sisters in arms. We were waging a peaceful battle, a struggle. And getting to know Rosanna, I knew her story. And this past year, when Kabul fell so quickly, I knew that things were not going to go well because I knew the refugee agencies as well. And so there was a significant problem at a hotel in Dearborn where more than 400 refugees were trying to find their way. And of course, we were all facing incredible challenges. And I'm trying to live my life according to 4 actions, or 5. I'm not sure, I'm not really good at math. Pray, think, act, learn, and persist. And Imam from Dearborn called me up and he said, Father Danaher, I need you to do something. All of these people are in the hotel, so you need to go down there and do something because they're suffering. And so I just went. And then I called friends in the interfaith community, and we decided to do an informal survey to assess needs. And we discovered of the 60 or so people that answered our survey, which we had translated into Dari and Pashto, that the biggest problem was dental care. We had a few people with shrapnel wounds that were still fresh. We had a few people with hypertension and diabetes and needed immediate care, which we tried to assess immediately and get. We had 8 pregnancies, because what else are you going to do in a hotel? But we had about 45 people with significant, when I mean significant problems, I mean great decay, great infection, poor dental care, and that connects to everything. And so I called Rosanna because I knew that she had done mission work in dental care. And when I was trying to work with the state, they were frankly, I think they were just over their heads. They had never really been in a mission setting where you have to just make do. And so Rosanna and Mina and Omar, we set up a clinic, and Kelly, her dad, came, and we just put on a clinic. And during that time, we met some people who became our cultural and linguistic translators, and one of them was Omar Abed, who is here, who then has now helped us with countless appointments for people. And so we decided to start a clinic. And Craig Hansen, who is here, He was talked into it because his sister-in-law is a member of Christ Church Cranbrook. And Craig's my dentist. And one of the great things I could say to anybody who is nervous, as I would say often through a translator, I'd say, "You're going through my dentist. And look at these. Fantastic. You got to come." And they immediately would, like, the shoulders would drop, and they knew that they were receiving the best. And because they're worthy of the best. Everybody's worthy of the best. And isn't it a beautiful thing when you can provide someone with excellent care? So we began to hold clinics. I'm so grateful to the clinic that was held early on because we showed what we could do. We got Hamido for their lunch, and everybody was just like, "Oh, thank God. This is not a God-forsaken place. There's good food, you know." And we took care of them. And right now we have, to give an example of what we do, Craig's work, Craig did $80,000 worth of dental work for a family of 5. And the cost to us was about $6,000. And that was all because of his donation. And then Colette Smiley contacted us from Western Michigan, and we started to provide that venue as well. And so now we've grown that way as well. And Colette, in the last few meetings, everybody's been busy, and Colette has just shouldered the dental load in a beautiful way for the clinic. And all of this is being done on Zoom, and all of it has been doing so well. And a final person who's come on board, Omer, has now moved on to Access, which is a wonderful organization. Zubair is someone who, one of the other little things that happened during our time is I was contacted by a refugee agency, and they said, we have about 5 or 6 families in Rochester in a hotel, and we don't have any food for them. And so Kelly Herdad, my youth minister, and she's fantastic. You guys should get together. She and I went to Star Market in Sterling Heights, which is halal, and we got a whole week's worth of food for each of them. And Zubair was probably jet lagged and just got in, and we brought in all this food and took care of them, and now he's working with us. So all of this is to say, and I'm sorry for going around and naming every tree in the forest, I understand. What I'm trying to say tonight is this community is so incredibly strong, and it's built bit by bit by the common things that we do together, and those wonderful relationships that build over time through constant meeting and working together and acting for justice. Yes, this is next level, but this has been built because of all of you. I could go around the room and single out another 30 people who you all have ministered to me in different ways by opening up yourself to me. And you have inspired us, and you have encouraged us, and you've lifted us up. And we need each other. I was really moved by the recitation today that Sheikh did. It's Al-Hajarat, right? Many rooms, Surah 49. Or some people say private apartments, but the English never gets it right, we know this. But we have many rooms, but we're all in the same building. And that building has been built by God. And to God, I give all glory. Thank you.